Hey, I'm Michael Thompson, and this is my Specialized Allez Sprint rim brake long-term review. The question I get asked a lot is the Allez Sprint worth the high price tag that you pay right now? And today we're going to find out. We're going to talk about the bike, pros, cons, upgrades, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and see if it's worth your dollars. I truly believe that this bike was meant to be mine, and let me explain myself here. So I was looking for a road bike for a long time. I only had that blue Trek Rocket. That was my only bike I used on the road, cyclocross races, everything. So I was looking for a road bike, and I finally found an Allez Sprint rim brake at a local bike shop. It was on sale for $1,400. At the time, nobody wanted it for whatever reason, but it was a size 54, and they just couldn't sell it. So I think it was discounted like a couple $100, so like $13.99. And I just started my recruiting business, and we found out we had our first child on the way. So I wasn't in a space to buy a new bike. Um, but after some thinking, I was like, I really like that bike. Let's just go pick it up. And I called the shop, and they're like, actually it just sold. So I was really, really bummed. And I was talking to my buddy. He's like, "Oh, Scott just bought that LA Sprint," and I was like, "Oh my God!" So great friend Scott. I think he had heard about the bike, so he wouldn't have picked it up. I was just glad I went to a good home, and pretty bummed out. But later found out that he was looking to sell it. So when he told me that, I said, "Scott, yeah, whatever the price is, send it to me." I think I picked it up for like $1,200. He had upgraded a couple things. So I was just excited, and I knew that it was actually meant to be mine. It finally came back to me. And when I bought this bike for $1,200 a couple years back, um, that was a really good deal compared to today's price. I mean, there's a whole Instagram meme account dedicated to people on Facebook selling their LA sprints for way too much money. Um, Hashtag your LA is overpriced. And they aren't exactly wrong. I logged into the pros closet to check the current pricing for some LA sprints, and most are um, right around the $3,000 mark. Some almost approaching $4,000 for an aluminum LA Sprint, which is kind of crazy. And some of them aren't even very nice. Like they're one by drive chains. They have like things dangling off the seat post. Like they don't seem like very good quality bikes. So I hope people aren't paying that much money for those. But I will say if you can find a good price one, it is a lot of the bike for the money. Well, it used to be a lot of good bike for your money, and Specialized seems to think so because this is what they say on their website. It says climbs, corners, flat out sprints. The Allez Sprint Comp does it all. Being the most advanced Alley road bike we've ever made, the Allez Sprint is just as capable of a racing weapon as it is for an everyday road steed. But even better, it performs all of the above at a price that's affordable at any racer's budget. So, well, it used to do all that at any racer's budget. Now it's in tarmac territory. Um, and when I found out Scott had bought the bike, I was really bummed. So I was still looking. I found an LA frame set on sale at a shop for like $9.99 in this really cool like mint green color. Um, and also that same shop had a disc version of the bike for like 1900. So it's both on sale by a couple $100. Again, things that do not happen today. Um, I guess people just didn't like this bike a couple years back. And um, I didn't pull the trigger on those, but it's amazing that you can buy an Olay frame set for the same price that you buy a whole bike. I almost bought the frame for $1,000 when I got the whole bike for 1,200. So for $200 more, I got the whole bike. Um, so it kind of speaks volumes about how good this frame is. And I'm seeing the same thing happening with the Specialized Chisel. And if you haven't checked out my review of the Specialized Chisel, which I'm obsessed with, go check it out because you can buy a Specialized Chisel frame set for $1,500 and you can get the whole bike for 16. So it's only $100 more for the whole bike. Again, speaks volumes to how good the Specialized Chisel frame set. When I bought this bike, it had a couple upgrades. My buddy swapped out the bottom bracket and the handlebars, I think, but I think that's all he did. The frame size is a 54 centimeter. I'm 5'10 ish, 33-inch inseam, and the color is called Gloss Teal Tint, Tarmac Black Clean. It was the rim brake version, and it was love at first sight. So, all right, so let's talk about what my $1,200 got me. So the frame on this bike is why people love it, and I'm telling you, it is that good. Specialized utilizes their E5 aluminum and DSW welding techniques. So, if you haven't realized, I'm pretty obsessed with my chisel, and that has the exact same aluminum and the exact same welding techniques. So go check that review out. The frame is the stiffest alloy bike Specialized has ever tested, and the frame is aerodynamically optimized. So I think it has the same aerodynamics as the Gen 1 or Gen 2 Venge. So that's pretty good. And what people don't like about the frame are the welds. So they're really pronounced, they're really bulky, they're really different. You can see them. And some people like to mask that their frame is aluminum and make people think it's carbon fiber, but this one, you're not going to mistake it for carbon fiber. The reason the welds are a little bit pronounced, they're all in different spots to optimize stiffness. Like in the bottom bracket area, that's kind of some of the worst welds, but they've optimized the bottom bracket area to be really stiff. So it's not going to be a very seamless looking frame, but you're going to get a frame that's actually well thought, well engineered, and that's why people pay big money for this bike, because it's actually very well engineered. So I don't mind the weird looking welds, and it's cool for me, but some people don't like that. You do get a carbon fiber fork, so it's from a S-Works Tarmac, I believe, the fork, and the seat post is also carbon fiber. It's from the Venge. So you actually get some pretty high-end components. The stock wheels are pretty junk. They're DT Swiss R460. I don't even think you can set them up tubeless, and they come with turbo non-tubeless tires. The cockpit's all just generic Specialized stuff. The drivetrain though is full Shimano 105 5800 series. It's still on there. It works awesome. It's going to be heavier than Dura-Ace and Ultegra, but it works great. I absolutely love it. Actually, all that Crockett back there that had SRAM, I converted that to Shimano GRX. My Specialized chisel has the Shimano Dior, so I'm now a Shimano junkie and obsessed with it. All right, let's talk about upgrades I made to the bike, because that's what everyone does for this thing. They just upgrade and change their alley. I've never seen a stock Allez Sprint anywhere. So first thing I did was change out the wheels. So I went through 3 different wheels, 2 carbon fiber and aluminum. I wanted aluminum wheels because I was like, oh, aluminum frame, let's get aluminum wheels. Cool. But they were actually pretty crap. I got American Classic 420 wheels, absolute junk wheels, did not like them. So then I tried Bontrager wheels, because I've heard Bontrager makes some really good wheels. So I tried the Alias Pro 3s and then the Alias 5 TLRs. So different generation Alias wheels. The Pro 3s were good, a little bit wider internally, but the hubs are just like generic Bontrager hubs, and didn't really like how they rode. The Alias 5 TLRs had a little bit narrower internal, but they're a little bit deeper, so they're like 50 mil, and they have DT Swiss hubs and ceramic bearings. And I could really tell the difference between those 2 wheels. So I stuck with the Alias 5 TLR wheels. Picked them up for like 700 used on Facebook, I want to say. So really good deal, since I think they're around $1,800 new, and I absolutely love them. I have tubeless Specialized turbo tires and 28 millimeters on there. So fast wheels. This summer I'll probably put on the Continental GP 5000 tubeless tires. Those are my favorite tubeless tires, so I'll probably put those on for the summer. Next upgrade that you should do is change the brake calipers. The Tektro Axis brakes on there are pretty junk. Everyone says it. They are. It's truth. I put the Ultegra 1600 calipers on there. You're going to get more clearance. I have 28 millimeter tires on there, and they fit great. You can do maybe 30 millimeter tires on there if you wanted to. Turn your Allez into a gravel bike if you want to. That could be fun, actually. Stock bottom bracket has been upgraded to the Kogel by my friend, and I absolutely love the Kogel bottom bracket. And then I put 40 centimeter handlebars on there and 110 millimeter stem, so shorten the handlebars and lengthen the stem. And I absolutely love how this bike fits me right now. But it took some time to get there. I think it took me like 2 years to dial in the fit. So all the upgrades I've made to this bike since I've owned it, um, improve the bike without losing a lot of character. You know, sometimes you can change things on a bike and kind of like makes it worse or changes how it feels, but everything you do to this bike just makes it better. And that's what's so cool. So like this bike, you know, that's why for $1,200 plus $700 wheels and a couple hundred in cockpit and tires, like for 2,000, 2,500, you have an amazing bike that can compete with some high-end bikes. So I understand why it's become so popular, but once you start charging a lot of money for it, it kind of loses that. So let's talk about how the bike rides. Okay, so this bike's damn fun. I always have a smile on my face when I'm riding my LA, and I absolutely love it. Um, it's designed, right? This bike was designed to be a Criterium bike. So when it first came out, it actually only had a one by drivetrain available for it. Eventually, they added a front delayer to it, but it used to be just like a pure speed weapon. Um, but honestly, it can do anything. I've done big 100-mile day rides on it, was totally comfortable, fun. Done criterium races, it was amazing. I got pretty good placing on that actually, and it was both equally awesome. I do weekend group rides, long, fast, hilly group rides, keep up with the top people on that. So you know this thing loves it all. The geometries, it is race oriented, so you're hunched over. You know, it's more race focused, but you know that's what it's designed to do. And if you're comfortable on the bike, it's totally fine. You know, if you have some back problems, you know, you might want to look somewhere else. So if you like going fast, you like cornering hard, you like feeling everything underneath you, this bike's for you. I think it weighs around 16, 17 pounds, and you know some people even ask me like, hey, can you climb on this bike? It's like, yeah, you can climb on a lay. So, should you buy an Allez Sprint? Yes. Well, if you couldn't tell by now, yes, buy the Allez Sprint. I absolutely love this bike. Um, it's so much fun. The frame is awesome. You know, I don't think I'll ever sell it. Unless someone's willing to give me $4,000 for it, then hey, send me a direct message. But you know, I don't see people paying that much money for these bikes just because like it's meant to be an affordable budget racer bike. The market's kind of soft a little bit, so it might be actually a good time to pick one up if you can find a clean one. A lot of them have been, you know, used and abused on the local criterium scene. So finding a clean one, finding one that hasn't been like modified with weird parts can be tough. And this bike will last forever. You know, it's aluminum, it's a timeless design. Specialized hasn't changed the design in like 5+ years. So you know, typically a bike changes after like 3 or 4 years, so it's been pretty time in the product design cycle, and you know, it can really take a beating. And if you just swap out the wheels and tires, you have a rocket ship on your hands. So I hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.